Welcome back to my new gaming PC. Alright, yeah, the last episode was a bit of a disaster, but I decided to post it anyway because it's all a learning experience for me too. Obviously, the NVIDIA recording. I'll show you what I got in the settings to it. So I got the display set to 1080, even though it can go up to 1440. Up here, that's the new native for this screen. And apparently, I must have done something. The first recording, it seemed to just scale the screen, so it sort of had a bigger screen sort of on the back of it. But I downloaded. I'm not even sure what I did to fix it, but I did download this NVIDIA control panel. Apparently you used to be sort of given this, but now you've got to go to the what do they call it, the Microsoft Store to get it. Go figure. I mean, this control panel is for Windows. It's separate from the GeForce experience, so, and it's separate again from the drivers. You can have the drivers without having this software and stuff like that. This just makes it easy to tweak things, and that sometimes you have to fiddle around with some settings to get your games to run correctly. But what it was doing was it was actually one of these ones was selected, these PC. I think the 1080 one there, but at 144 hertz. So I had an intuition. I changed it to this ultra one up here, and which only gives me 60 hertz, but it seems to fix the problem. So the reason why I don't have my screen at 1440 is because I was just giving my poor eyes a break, and keeping it a bit bigger. I need a new pair of glasses, which I haven't got around to buying yet because I'm spending all my money on a new computer. But anyway, that's life. Anyway, so hopefully I'll fix that one. My audio is still a bit dodgy because I'm supposed to download the Realtek audio drivers from the Gigabyte the Gigabyte website. So I'll do that at some point. I just won't worry about it right now. The audio is not too bad. Okay, so I went into the UserBenchMark and did a bit of investigation. Okay, the first one, where it's complaining about the Seagate Barracuda. Apparently other people get exactly the same thing happening. And actually, I do know the Seagate Barracuda has actually got a pretty chunky RAM cache actually inside the drive. That was one reason why I bought it, because it's got pretty good performance. The other is it's 7200 RPM as well. So you might, if you only get it, it's a generic drive, but you might as well get a good one if you can throw another $30-40 at it or whatever. Seeing this system's going to last for 5 years, yeah, you need every little edge you can get that you can afford. So I've decided to just not worry about it. I seem to get a result written out to the text file anyway. It's still giving me a great. I guess that's an overall result or something, but it's just not giving me my position in it. I guess. UserBenchMark software is sort of detecting it as having a RAM cache, and they don't want to include RAM caches in their results, because they probably you can't really compare that to people who aren't using a RAM cache. So because it doesn't really tell you how good the focus is on how good the component is, not something that you've done in the system to make it run faster. So anyway, I think I'm speculating, by the way. I don't know the answer for sure. They've just decided they consider it a bit of an outlier, so they just throw it out. People who do statistics do that all the time. they know something looks just a little bit dodgy, they just throw it out. It's good, you know. It's good. It's best practice. It's oh, I won't call it best practice. People do it all the time. You're just going to get things that just don't fit. So I'm just going to ignore it. I'm not particularly fussed about my secondary drive. The graphic card, there's nothing wrong with the result I'm getting for the graphics card. It just wants me to provide a bit more information, perhaps. I typed it in. I think I'll type it in again. I had to go find it on the case. I'm pretty sure this is a correct model number for it. Model name RTX 2080S dash. I'm not sure why they call it a dual one, unless that means a dual fan. I'm pretty sure that's an O for overclocking. I said gigahertz at one stage, I meant gigabytes, of course. That and the EVO, I don't know what this EVO thing means, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I got that off the case itself, off the sticker. So I'll just submit that again. And I don't think it actually did anything. Oh no, there you go. Did it actually change the actually? I'll try that again. Sorry, I'll take it out. It might have actually changed the results a bit. Sorry, I was a bit careless there. Let's just try. I'm curious now. Should I rerun the benchmark again? No, I won't worry about it. I don't think it changed. I think it might have changed it a little bit. I'll compare it anyway. I've documented the previous results, so we'll just compare them again, eh? All right. So yeah, that one's okay, and I'm just deciding to ignore that one as an outlier. So let's just go through this just a little bit more carefully again, because I sort of got a bit bamboozled the first time. Yeah, okay, so I've already discussed the three major categories I got there: gaming, desktop, and workstation. So yeah, I'm getting a pretty good result, above expectations. So that means that 71st percentile. That means that I'm getting a better result than 71% of the group. So that's pretty good. Yeah, pretty happy with that for the amount of money I paid. Yeah, the processor. Yeah, there's a bit of contention that UserBenchMark sort of focuses more on single core scoring than multi-core scoring. I think I might have mentioned that in another video. Yeah, I don't really want to go into it. Who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. I think it's just a different way of kind of looking at the world. Obviously, you know, if you're a Ryzen an AMD Ryzen fan, well, you'll say it's got 16 cores or whatever, or you got a Threadripper or something like this, and say, look at all these cores, and it's got to be better than Intel. And then, you know, the Intel people come back and say, well, you know, a lot of software doesn't use all those cores at the same time, and that's certainly the case when you go and look at Task Manager. Quite often, a lot of the cores are just idle, and you just see there's just a couple cores that are doing all the work. So yeah, anyway, they're saying, well, if single core processing is still dominating, that means that they weight their results accordingly. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't want to get into biff drama. It's just not worth the effort. It's just too, you know, if you want to find a benchmark that has a bigger weighting on multi-core, go for it. Pick the one you want. Gives you the result that makes you happy. As long as the result is good, and because I think, geez, I paid through the nose for that 9900K. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I wanted, you know, the no, I don't only play games. I also do some other things that require some. I wanted to hedge my CPU, so I wanted CPU for some other tasks that I do. I don't play just games. Yeah, graphics outstanding. Yep, it even says almost all 3D games at very high resolutions and ultra detail levels. Yep, that's what you want to hear if you're a gamer. Yeah, I will be doing some gaming benchmarks, and like the previous ones that I did. If I have to download the ready games onto this new system, that'll take forever. I downloaded Call of Duty Modern Warfare last night, and that was 100 and I think there was 120 gigabytes that I had to download, and took all night. I haven't played it yet, because if I start playing games, you won't see me for 2 weeks. So because I've got a new system, I'm doing all the benchmarking stuff first. Get that done out of the way, and then I can go off and enjoy myself for a bit. And do some 2K recording. I want to try some 2K recording now that I've got some more CPU and stuff. The boot drive, that's because it's what they call a PCIe drive, so it's quite fast. Like it's got IO rates up to the gigabytes per second almost. I was watching it run. It's very fast. Like I installed on this new PC. I don't know if I installed Windows in a few minutes. It was fast. You know how you copy it to a external drive and stick it back in again and boot up on it, and they took I did it was just minutes basically to get the whole thing done, other than having to type in some fiddly accounting details and stuff, accounting IDs and passwords and things. And the memory's memory. It's probably not the best. So yeah, I'm getting a above average score on the that's because I've got the turboing going. These results over here are suspicious. I mean, people must be, maybe they're not switching the turboing on. That's what I suspect would cause that. Anyway, I watched my Linus Tech Tips, and I made sure the turboing was working. I think that was one of his recommendations. If you paid for it, you might as well use it. So yeah, I'm getting above average there. Above average on what's already a above average processor compared to everybody else. The same with the NVIDIA card, the graphics card, above expectations on a better than average bench. So that's what you want to see. This one is the only one where I'm performing not better. Again, there's all these bad results here. You see, that's mucked up the normal curve. Yeah, you'd be, yeah. I'm not going to try to figure out what's causing it. Maybe these drives slow down as you fill them up, perhaps, and that's producing some poor results. Who knows? It's still, poor, and it's still 220% above the group. So yeah, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. I think you got value for your money there on that one. Reduce the loading screens, and the Barracuda. Yeah, we're ignoring that. And the memory. I don't know if I actually got a slightly better result this time. Results will actually fluctuate as well. If you run it again, you can get slightly different results. So above expectations, but so the memory is a bit lower. If you consider that average is 100%, roughly, very roughly, slightly below average. That's because I got 3000 megahertz, and some other people probably. Oh, and sorry. I mean, they've got 30,000, but I suspect some of these might be overclockers. That I would guess some people push their memory up a bit more by using an overclocking setting. One above and beyond the standard XMP setting. So yeah, that would be my speculation. And these ones, as I said before, I speculate this second hump here, this below average hump, is by people that have not enabled XMP at all. Because I remember somebody was talking about it, they said a lot of people just aren't even aware of it. Even people you'd think you'd be aware of BIOS and all, the BIOS settings and all that, they still don't do it. Actually, the I don't know if I can get something about the model there. Some info on the model. Oh, there you go. Below average consistency. This is a yeah. Well, that's just kind of a generic conclusion. Performs inconsistently, or is it just that people haven't set their bias correctly? Yeah. Anyway, performance analysis is a fascinating subject. You can spend forever on it. I'm not gonna, as long as everything. Anyway, the bottom line is everything seems to be performing okay. Actually much better than okay. So I'm quite happy with that. So there's nothing that I need to go test, check at this. I've explained that result there. I'm not worried about it, and there's nothing wrong with the graphics card results. So I can relax, and I don't have to try to fix anything. I can just get into some serious gaming and check the temperatures and all that to make sure they're all okay. Because I haven't tried to thrash the system yet. Oh, I should do a stress test at some stage, but I won't bother videotaping that one. That gets a bit tedious. But I will do a stress test. There's the Intel have got that. They've got a utility that does a good stress test if you want, just to see that all your fans and that are behaving themselves, pushing air in the right direction. It's not like me. I got two of my fans around the wrong way, but I got that sorted out. Okay, let's just document it like I said. Again, where did I put this stuff? There it is. Already fixed it up. Okay, just put there. Name it. Timestamp it. Whatever. Benchmark 23//2019. Let's just call it B. And I'll put in. I'll just say second benchmark, second user benchmark. After investigating the first benchmark. Investigating this benchmark. Whether I'll remember what that actually means in 5 years' time, I don't really know, but probably won't matter by then anyway. Okay. This benchmark, run. I'll just say run. So let's just see how much the results varied. Just as an intellectual exercise. What's the time? It's 20 minutes. I've spent 20 minutes. I don't want to get over half an hour on this one. Nobody will watch it. And I want to figure out how to get Far Cry 5 is my next thing to attack. It's actually game. I've got a better gaming result. Go figure. So where did that come from, I wonder? That's 6%. It's starting to sound significant. Death is about the same. Workload's the same. I just got a slightly because I fiddled around with the resolutions. Maybe I've matched the. It could even be the variable syncing feature, which I've got to figure out how that's going to work. The so-called G-Sync, which is just adaptive sync is the correct term. The VESA term for it, adaptive sync. So maybe I think by getting the resolutions matched up correctly after the first episode, I actually made it run a little bit faster or more efficiently. That could explain that one. So did that really change a little bit? It did. It gave me a better CPU score. Well, what do you know? I would say that's 8 plus. That's 8 plus 5. 13% improvement. Yeah, interesting. This one, the Barracuda, I got a slightly better result. I have absolutely don't know why. Just gave me a better result. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Why would it give me a better? Am I looking at the right thing? Yeah, well, gave me a better result. Whatever. That was about the same. The boot drive, system drive was about the same. And the Corsair, no, slightly better result this time. No, bit yeah. The results are going to vary. I mean, there's other things that are going on inside your computer as well that might influence the results. If you wanted to be really fancy, you'd go and keep everything consistent, run a whole bunch of do a number of runs. You could decide how many you'd want to do, and then work out your own normal curves from that to see if you actually believe the averages or not, and then take an average of your own results and document that one. But you'd want to do it consistently every time, but I'm not going to do that. That's too much work. I'm quite satisfied with what I'm seeing at the moment. But it is curious that I went up 6% from doing not much, just changing the display around. Alrighty, that will do, I think. So I'll try to figure out how to get if I can't figure out how to copy Far Cry 5 and other games from one PC to another, I'll just have to download them again, so that'll take me forever. Okay, catch you next episode.